Happy Wednesday morning. It is the Asylum Morning Show right here on Hellfire Radio. I'm Diego. That's Novella. You got them on now? Are they there? Last second technical difficulties. I know you don't like putting the cans on your head, but it's a necessity. It accentuates your beautiful hair.
It makes this like much larger.
Makes a poof.
Big ass head.
I think it's called a poof. You get a big ass head stretching out those headphones is what you're doing. Good morning to you. What's everybody doing at 5 o'clock in the morning, as we're always here Monday through Friday right here on Hellfire Radio. Go to the website, hellfireradio.com. We got a lot of new cool shit about to be loaded up on the website. New music reviews. I think we got some horror flick reviews. Beer reviews. Novella, she'll be typing those out, or at least should be typing those out. Did you not know?
No.
Nobody gave you that memo?
Gave me a new
You're
task.
doing beer reviews on the website now.
Cool.
No.
I needed something else to do.
Yeah, right. As if you don't have enough shit to do already. Just add a little bit more. As we do, we're going to talk about sports for 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
1, 2, you're done.
And the ass whipping that the Titans put on the Bills last night. Now, I picked it. I picked Tennessee. I also picked the Chargers, though. Right there. There's the proof to the
Proof
world.
is in the pudding.
Right? I know you can't see it. Just a wait. See all the scribbles?
You could have wrote that anytime.
That's a 10-3 record to finish my week.
You could have wrote that anytime.
On the picks. If you're into football, NFL football to be more specific, you can join me and Dustin every Sunday from 10 a.m. all the way up to noon, taking up to kickoff on 5th and 28 right here on Hellfire Radio. I think I won the picks this week. And you're going to be the guest picker this week, correct? You are. You're going to be the guest picker. Very good.
There's so much going on.
So we're going to get right into the show. So please do what you do and supply us with material.
Oh, I was supposed to do that.
What do you got first up?
First off, because it's my favorite thing, we're actually celebrating the 15-year anniversary of City of Evil from Avenged Sevenfold, and they're releasing a new vinyl for it.
15 years. That's a happy birthday, right?
I mean, sure.
Yeah, I just wanted to use it. Yeah.
Happy birthday, City of Evil.
Is it 50? So it's only 15 years? It doesn't make me feel as old as some of the other albums that's come out this year.
It's 2005, so.
Yeah. You were 10.
27 minus 15 is
12.
12.
12. Were you old enough to rock out?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
12-year-old you. I can imagine 12-year-old you closed up in your Dungeness room, no lights on, except for the old school book light that you would you have a book and you just have the little light, just enough light just to see the words as you're jamming out.
Well, my room wasn't dark because they refused to let me repaint it after I didn't necessarily ever grow out of it. I still love Scooby-Doo, but they didn't want to go through the phase of repainting my room. My room was Mystery Machine green, teal as hell, and the border was lime green.
Yes.
It was obnoxiously bright.
So you had a Scooby-Doo room.
Yeah. I
did not know that.
Oh, yeah. I had Scooby-Doo everything.
Everything?
Yeah. I had a alarm clock. I had a waffle maker. I had a cookie jar. I had bed sheets. I had every plushie you could think of. Daddy got me every plushie he's seen. I got artwork from prison from inmates that drew me Scooby-Doos.
Oh,
I worked there. And also,
give the world a backstory. You can't just say, and I had artwork from prison
when I was
at
little,
12.
When I was little, my daddy would send it home to me for prison. His friends would draw it from me.
There we go.
My coolest one that I got is a really, really good picture of Scooby-Doo, but on his tag, instead of SD, it was LS for my name. That was pretty cool.
Ah, okay. I
had I was Scooby-Doo cray for a long time. Nuts.
New facts with Novella.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo aficionado.
Yeah, I was obsessed. And I have other parts of my family who, you couldn't even watch Scooby-Doo because it was too spoopy. They classified it as bad as Harry Potter and
witchcraft.
Twilight. Yeah, that's evil. It's freaking costumes and children's cartoons. What are you talking about?
It's Scooby-Doo and his stoner friend Shaggy.
I've been a dog person even before I knew that there was a difference between being a dog and a cat person, or that psychoticness that I go through when it comes to puppers. 101 Dalmatians was my first birthday. I've been with dogs. I've always had love for dogs. all the time. The little pound puppies, I had those.
I had pound puppies growing up. Yeah, I had 1 pound puppy.
1 pound puppy?
Yeah.
I had all the puppies. Love me some
pound
puppers.
puppies was a thing very much. I did not Scooby-Doo. Who knew? I was Scooby-Doo for Halloween last year.
I know.
Actually, I was
You were
Shaggy. I was Shaggy on a bad trip, and I carried around. That's how
we got
the
Giraffe
Dahmer was born. Yeah,
I love him.
I was on a bad
And
trip.
I got Junior out there, but y'all keep abusing him.
That's weird. You call him Junior.
Because he's so little. He's the transportable one. We take him with us.
I got you.
I wish we could go do shows and stuff again, because I would, just to upset you. Carry him around.
We're getting close. We're getting close to doing shows again. You guys got a show coming up. Speaking of Halloween and costumes, it's Halloween. It's coming up October 31st, which is Halloween. Right here in Cookeville, Tennessee, if you're in the area. I'm going to let Novella give you all the juicy deets on what you need to know as far as information. Novella, take it away, please.
Like you said, it'll be on Halloween night. It'll be 3 to 10 p.m. We're going to be at the Jughead Brewing Company here in Cookeville, Tennessee. It's a lovely brewery with amazing beer. And also we're going to have 2 bands playing, Sleep Nation and Audio Input. You can get your tickets from the Halloween event page on Facebook through Hellfire Radio. There'll be an Eventbrite link that you can select. And if you order a cup, you're going to get that cup with the logo on it, as well as a free fill of beer, and you're going to get an entry into the raffle. And we have some amazing sponsors down below who have donated to the raffle. There's plenty of great prizes in there, as well as for the costume contest. There's different levels for everyone to dress up, come play. So bring your kids. There's also a section for dogs. So we'll get your dogs a gift as well, or present, prize, whatever they're called. And then we're also going to have Southern Paws there from Crossville. They're going to be bringing us some barbecue. It's going to be delicious.
I didn't know that. Wait.
S'mores. We're going to have a s'more pit.
You're going to have...
But you got to bring your own s'mores. I'm not providing y'all that. I'll get you the fire going all night. But I can't buy the whole world s'more.
You're going to bring the wood, but no
wood and fire and fire pit. I'm doing all the hard stuff. Come on. I'm going to... And some sticks to s'more them on. I'm going to bring some because, I'm not going to go by watching everybody have s'mores and not me. And I won't steal it from a child.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I would.
Did you
but not...
not
in public.
Some sticks to s'more them on?
Yeah. You got to...
Okay.
Skewer it.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm right there. I'm right there with you right now.
Skewer it.
I completely understand what you're saying. Yes. So for more information, go to the website, hellfireradio.com, or you can go to our website, theasylum.productions, and that's going to take you to all the information you need to know. There should be links up there, and if there's not, that's who to blame. Yeah, Novella. It's her fault.
I'm a busy lady.
Again. So just kind of reviewing this album, 15 years for City of Evil, It's unbelievable to me because I remember jamming out to this as a very young lad.
15 years ago, I was 12.
25.
You were 25.
I was 25. Yeah.
No, if I was 12, you're 22.
22.
It's always 10 years. Exactly.
I don't
know why you don't listen.
I don't listen. And this was kind of the album that kind of propelled them into mainstream. They'd already been around for the non-mainstream fans, right? They'd already been around for 1 or 2 albums before that. But this was the one. This had
Son of the Seventh Trumpet was like 2001 or something.
And it was super underground because it was a lot of screamies. That was when Sanders could sing. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't even have the pen out. You act like he's
still hurt. It's in the bone.
It's in the bone.
It's in the bone. Don't forget.
There's bones in the chocolate.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Hellfire Radio on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and soon we just picked up a gaming syndicate last night for Twitch, huh? Hellfire Gaming, yeah.
Who wants to play?
Do what?
Who wants to play?
I mean, everybody is the right answer, right?
Yeah.
Everybody wants to play.
Wants to play. Will play.
That's the right answer. So yeah, 15 years for that album.
Where is my family at?
Huh?
Supposed to be up and harassing us, and they're not.
Oh, everybody's asleep right now.
Get the hell up.
Everybody's asleep right now. Normal people sleep at this time of the day. Well, I've been up since 3:30.
Same.
Yeah, I've been up since 3:30.
I hate it. No, I got up at 3. I said, no.
I messaged you this morning because I was like, 4:30. She's cutting it a little close.
It was 4:26 when I left the driveway.
Cutting it a little close. Starting to get concerned over here.
Now I bet I was in the street because they gotta go do the gym thing before I come here.
So did you go to the gym?
It's miserable. I hate it, but it's so cold.
You didn't go though.
No.
I didn't think you did.
I'll go after again today. I keep trying to get up early enough to go before, but I've been going after, which is annoying because there's so many people there that early. But
where? At the other.
Yeah, I can't bum off
gym. Yeah.
Cruz when he won't come home. I can't go bumming behind him.
He said, "I miss you when you're gone." He said, "Oh, that's sweet." She's not.
I need to get to the gym.
I just need to go to the gym. Is basically the only reason why.
Y'all's gym is closer, and I haven't canceled my other subscription yet because I was in that transition between moving around here in Nashville and all over the world. So now I gotta get back to the original gym that we were going to.
Here in Nashville and all over the world. As in like up the road.
I went back and forth, up and around. I went back to.
You were definitely
all over the place.
Definitely hobo status right now.
I was, and I'm kind of a little stationary. I wish I still had my own little house, but it's fine. We'll make it happen.
It's fun, but you're saving money you're living the American dream right now. You're mooching off of best friends.
I'm not mooching.
Moocher, saving all the money and saying, "Please buy me a beer. I'm poor. I don't have."
I bought my own beer.
Uh-huh.
And my meal prep. But I told them they could have some of it. No one ever wants my meal prep. It's
Nobody ever wants your
turkey
meal prep.
bacon. They don't want that. Who wants turkey bacon?
I mean, I like turkey bacon.
I know.
I like anything that is relatively close to bacon. I like shaken bacon.
I mean, like 3 pounds of vegetables to go through the week. I had the turkey bacon and eggs. I got my little fiber bars. I was like, y'all are welcome to my food too. And they're over here. They got like steaks and last time they made enchiladas. Like, yeah, that sounds great. Smelling it, and it's past my bedtime, so I can't eat. So this is hard. Dieting when no one around you is hard.
Wait, what is your cutoff for food?
This before I go to bed. Like, I don't want to just gobble up something and go lay down.
No, that's what I'm saying. You're not doing the intermittent fasting thing again.
I do that in the mornings. If I go to the gym like I'm supposed to, I don't eat till I get done from the gym, and then I do all my shakes and stuff. But
I'm tangled up.
It's hard
Intermittent
work.
fasting is not just a morning thing. You are aware of that, right?
But that's how I'm used to doing it because we used to get up so early to go to the gym, go to work, do the thing. So that's just what I'm used to is that morning slots of doing the intermittent fasting.
So how long do you do it for?
As long as I can.
Until you just can't take it no more.
And then usually Saturday, Sunday rolls around. Or actually, I do pretty good up until we record and watch football Monday nights. Because then I'm like, y'all got salsa here? And chips and dips and
Bro,
beer.
everybody's fall off in this area is always Sunday
Football.
And Monday because of football.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a big college guy, so like.
I used to always make Sunday my cheat day because then I could not feel so bad about it. But we have football Saturday for me.
Yep.
I do college, and then I have football on Sunday. Then we have Monday. Now we're having it Tuesdays and Thursdays, and whichever day they decide to throw it in there.
Yeah.
So I can't make excuses. Just because football's on doesn't mean I gotta go hog,
But you do though. I don't understand why you say I can't use that excuse.
I use it on Sundays and Mondays.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna start behaving while I'm here on Mondays. Have my one beer for the show because I have to.
I
have to drink that beer.
Mm-hmm.
You can just taste it. Throw it in the trash.
Please tell me more about your plan.
And then I'm going to behave.
We got
to get some cranberry juice and vodka in here. So if I do need the drink, it's a healthy drink.
It flushes my kidneys while it trashes my kidneys. Yeah. But vodka's...
I won't gain weight, though.
Vodka's very pure, right? So it won't trash your kidneys.
It's not necessarily that as much. It just doesn't have carbs and things. So.
I read that in a book somewhere.
You read that in a book somewhere?
Yeah.
I read in the book when I was working on abs hardcore because abs are made in the kitchen, which is the worst thing ever.
Wait, what?
I can go to the gym and go ham, but abs are made in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You obviously got to do ab workouts, but if you're not doing the right stuff in the kitchen, you're never going to get them. But that was a big thing it talked about. So if you're going to drink, either drink straight liquor or liquor with like a non-sugar based mix, like a straight juice, no sugar, no juicy juice.
And that goes for coffee though too, because you can't just be loading up your coffee with a bunch of trash.
I put a little bit of that espresso stock chocolatey stuff in there. And normally I have my peptides that are chocolate, so it tastes better. But the peptides are for your bones and your hair and stuff like that. Because normally, I would have half a thing of what was that flavor I like so much? The Baileys with the Irish cream. I have mostly that with a little bit of coffee.
A splash of coffee.
So I'm doing a lot better than when we first started drinking
I was watching an interview, getting some show prep for the morning show this morning. I was watching some interviews, and of course, due to Eddie Van Halen passing, it's dominating the world of anything that you would look up, interview wise, especially on YouTube. And there was an interview with him, David Lee Roth, and Alex Van Halen, his brother, and they were just randomly bullshitting. And Alex made the point of, can I help you? What are you looking at?
It, like, when you set it down, it bubbled up to the top and fell over the side.
Science. It's called pressure.
Science.
It's called overflow. We all do it. Give me this before you taint the flavor. But yeah, he made the point of Starbucks isn't in the coffee business. They're in the milk business. It's like McDonald's isn't in the burger business. They're in the real estate business. No, because they rent out the land basically, and then you just got to sling the burgers and pay $1 million for the lot. Same thing with Starbucks. If you think about it, still great coffee. I'm not slandering them. I'll get my basic white bitch on every now and again and get some Starbucks, but they sell
hot caramel macchiato.
Yeah. They sell cream and sugar with a splash of coffee. That's what you're paying $12 a cup for.
Yeah, that's why I won't offer to get you coffee from there. If I'm getting us both coffee, I'm going over to the cheap side.
That's right.
And I got the little app thing, so I'll get free ones every once in a while.
Yeah. Pilot gas station, here I come.
So you want some coffee? Oh man, I'd love one of those. I'm just gonna start. I have a Starbucks like with the old container things. I'm gonna start putting it in there, making you think I spent a lot of money on you.
That's what I do to you when I say I'm going to Dunkin'. Do you want something? Yeah. I just carry a Dunkin' cup, so I get mine and say, "Can I have an extra cup?" They said, "Sure," and then I just go to the Pilot and get you gas station coffee.
I think I would definitely notice because I do drink basically sugar.
You do. Yeah, you do.
I don't drink them that often though, but when I do, I like to drink them. I get the big iced ones.
Yeah.
But you like the hot ones. Now that it's getting cold outside, now I'm ready for like hot ciders, hot coffees, hot chocolate. I don't care. I'm a child. Give me my hot chocolate.
I don't mind cold coffee. I don't mind it. Like the cold brews and all that shit and iced coffee. Coffee is meant to be hot.
I don't think I've ever bought you one or you've never ordered one or we're riding around or doing whatever we're doing, getting ready for the mornings, but you'll taste mine every now and then. Normally, I don't think I've ever ordered one that was cold. No. For you.
No. There was a streak.
Or cruise.
There was a streak of road trips that I went on a couple years back that every time I would go and order coffee, they would give me a cold coffee. So I was on a streak of like 4 orders in a row of cold coffee and I had to gut through it. It's still coffee. It's still good. But I just want hot coffee. If I want coffee, I want coffee.
I gotta tell them though, it's like easy ice. I know kind of contradictory, but it's already cold. I don't need a whole cup of ice with a little bit of coffee in it. Because that's normally what they do. They pour a pallet half full of ice and you get like 3 sips out of it.
Splash, yeah.
It's like, thanks. I paid
Throw
$5
curveball.
for 3
Get in there and be like, cold coffee, no ice. My teeth are sensitive to cold.
Well, actually, that's what I do tell people. And they are sensitive. That's why I use the Sensodyne or whatever. When they try getting me cups of, whatever you order to drink, I'm like, no ice, please. Especially, they hate that when you get like soda and things. So they're like, oh, hey, I got to fill that cup up. But I don't like the cold, super cold, because it does hurt my teeth. And also, I don't want a whole cup of fucking ice. I want a whole cup of drink.
I couldn't tell you the last time I drank soda, especially one from a fountain at a fast food restaurant. Anytime we ever go out, if it's not I'll order a Corona or a water.
Yeah, at restaurants, it's always water. Sometimes it's sweet tea. I think the last time I did, like the most recently that I do sodas is, or if I do them, is road trips. Whenever you go at the gas station, you get a big old cup or whatever.
Water.
Especially if I'm driving, like
straight.
Get me going. But if I'm not driving, I'm going to fucking sleep.
Straight water and 5-hour energies on road trips. The meat and cheese.
If I'm not driving, I'm sleeping.
And the occasional ones, that's my rule, depending on how far the road trip is. Mm-hmm. If it's just up the road to Knoxville or Nashville, if it's to Knoxville, we can wait till we get there to do what we're doing, and then we'll all go grab something to eat. If it's Nashville, you know I'm stopping at Jack in the Box on the way up or back or both, right?
Yeah, or both.
That's the one.
You might catch them.
Depending on how long the show is or how tired I am on the way back.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's like I'm about to drive out to Nebraska to go catch up with Scoops and Mischief before we head out on this tour, that's a 12-hour drive. It's a 12-hour drive. I'll stop 3 times in that 12 hours, and I'll get there in 10 hours. This is where the old man comes in. Right? This is where my father comes out in me right here. We're not stopping. And when you're by yourself, you just get in the zone, and you drink. And I take bottles of water, 5-hour energy shots, my pre-workout, and meat and cheese. You got to power through. You got to power through the big cities. Like
I keep granola bars, but I keep those in the car anyway. Because I got on the cruise. I was looking for snacks in his car when we was going to that exit 111. He's like, I don't have snacks in here. No one just keeps snacks laying around. And we get in my car. I'm like, but I do.
Yeah, you have a whole
you never know. And I got the blankets and the pillows in the back. I got the flashlights. Like, we're good. We're gonna make it if something were to happen.
You're a doomsday prepper for a road trip.
Just in the car, not in the house. You think I would be, but I'm not.
I just don't eat. I don't eat because I swell.
I
swell like a woman that eats all the salts.
All the salts
on a hot day when I travel. It could be the dead of winter, and
but you're sitting still.
I will gain 20 pounds. Yeah, by the time I get out of that car. So yeah, just water. You take your McDonald's cup. You pee in the McDonald's cup. That way you don't have to stop. That's normal, right? Everybody does that.
I can't pee in a cup unless I have a funnel. And that's just too much work. So just pull the fuck over.
It's called, what is that? It's called a shiwi.
Oh, I bought a shiwi for when I was working on a zip line because you're in that whole harness and so much effort. You gotta take all that shit off, get down to your clothes.
So you just keep the shiwi in. And
no, you gotta you keep it in your
coming through, fellas. Raining. Oh,
no.
Gross, bro.
You do not do that. You keep it in your little plastic side patch. And you go
does it come in a little? Yeah.
No, you had to get one.
Oh, custom says shiwi.
Shiwi. No. I never did end up using it, though. I did buy one, but I never did end up using it. Well, that just knew me. I was going to make a fucking mess if I did. So
that's...
fail. I'm just going to not do it. I'll just do all the effort of taking all the shit back
I shiweed all over my pants.
I shiweed all over the place.
Good morning. Unfortunately, due to Facebook rules, we cannot play music anymore. Thank you very much, Mark Zuckerberg. But yeah, if we could for sure, we would be playing tunes right now as we speak. But yeah, we cannot play the music anymore, and it sucks because I like playing tunes. That's why we got the radio side now. You can just go over to Hellfire Radio on the Live 365 app and search Hellfire Radio, and that's where you can catch the radio show. But yeah, bro, if we could play the tunes, we totally would, but we can't.
Now I'd rather listen to that than listen to this.
What, did this? Yeah, I would rather listen. I would rather listen to music than listen to this. Trust me, and I live with this all the time. Yeah. So, what else you got on tap this morning?
On tap, okay. So we discussed. I don't remember when it was or how it was. We talked about the redoing. Not really redo. It's more of a next steps for the craft. It's called Legacy, and it'll be out, I think, the day before Halloween or between, not something along that nature. But apparently, I guess everybody and their mother hopped on that train of redoing old classics and things like that. They've been talking about doing Hocus Pocus forever and ever, but I still haven't seen it. I quit hearing anything about it a while back. But I've just recently seen,
There we go. You were too close to me. I can't see you. There we go.
There's this leg. I told you.
Stupid leg.
I didn't even know they were doing this. There was no lead up to it as far as I could tell. But then I seen yesterday, just randomly, poop on Facebook, they're doing The Witches again, which that originally came out 3 years before I was born. It's 1990s, old movie. It's a good classic though. It's I can't remember the lady's name, Angelica Houston.
Oh yeah, that's
Houston. Is that right?
I think it's Angelica Houston. That is Morticia Addams.
Yeah, she did the original witch, and she's gorgeous, of course. But then in this movie, their style, they're these British witches, and they end up making them all uber super ugly and creepy, and it's horrifying. I don't know if they're going to stick to that theme with the new one. The new one's going to have Anne Hathaway taking over that main role, which, I mean, I guess it could show somebody different, but whatever.
Anne Hathaway?
Yeah.
Isn't she? I always get her and a couple others
I used to always
mixed
get
up.
her and that Naomi woman mixed up all the time because they both had that just that swoop little face.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. But Anne Hathaway, ever since
Okay.
I was little,
Okay.
just annoys the piss out of me. I don't know what it is.
Just
Because
her
everybody
face.
loved that Bride something, whatever movie she was in. I don't like that. I don't know. Princess Bride. I don't know why. I never was that kind of girl, I guess. So maybe something from there that I just never did follow suit. But she actually looks like a badass bitch in this movie. Like I think she's gonna do that role justice. And I know she appreciates and honors Angelica. Like she thinks she's a great lady. So I think she'll do a good job of it. She fits that kind of British style anyway.
Yeah.
With her narrowness and everything. But it's kind of the same story. It's still the whole idea of the witches trying to turn the children into mice, but it's like all the children. So they gotta keep trying to keep the witches from turning all the children to mices. And it's really cute. The commercial, the mouse. Of course, it's a little more comedic now because it's not as creepy, and they got the whole different side of things. But as a commercial, I seen the little mouse. He was like, "Why are they turning us into mouses?" And of course, the girl one, "We're mice." There we go. And then we got turned into mice.
What's the original movie called?
They're both called The Witches.
The Witch. See, I've never heard of it.
What?
I've never heard of it.
Yes, you have.
No.
You had to have. Yeah, well, you know what? Because I was telling, before we go see The Craft, I'd really like to rewatch the old one before we watch the new one.
Well, yeah.
So I want to do the same thing with this one. So we should just do like a little marathon. We'll sit down, we'll watch The Witches, we'll watch The Craft, and then we'll turn around and go to the theaters and watch the new ones. That'd be fun.
The Witches.
The Witches. Let's do it. We'll make that a thing.
That's got Angelica Houston in it.
That's what we just said.
I know exactly what you're
You
talking
literally
about
pointed
now. Hey. It's early. It's early. I'm still trying to get caught up with the story over here. So, yeah, I do. I know exactly what you're talking about now.
You probably don't remember watching it, but like, you're going to remember what it is when you see it.
I pulled it up. I pulled up the picture of it.
Yeah, see the ugly witch?
Yeah.
And they make her look like that. It's like, oh, no, she's so beautiful.
Yeah. Okay, I'm on board now. I mean,
Let's do it.
And overall, though, like, I'm not a fan of the remakes.
Typically, I'm not either, but I'm always willing to watch them. One, because I'm either going to think, oh, really cool, or I'm going to have something to bitch about. And either way,
it's something to talk about. Yeah. Like, movie remakes, the one that always sticks out ever since it's happened, and I begged it not to happen, was Point Break.
Yeah.
You should never remake a classic like that. You'll never stand up to, especially with they tried to put in the new wave, the CGI and the over the top graphics and the over the top extreme. And I was like, what's wrong with just surfing a 200-foot tube in Australia like Patrick Swayze did in the end?
I'm also
when he died in the movie, huh? Did he?
Nah.
Huh?
I also have a real hard time. I'm real picky with movie adaptations of books. Sometimes when you see that, like, oh, hell yeah, because you want to see this thing that you've read and loved in action, but also you're like, I don't, because I have a perfect vision in my head of what I read, what I enjoyed, and then you're about to put it on screen, and I may not like it.
I know. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Didn't hate the Harry Potters, but I didn't make me butthurt any which one way or the other. Lord of the Rings, I think they did as well as they could for as big as those books are.
Yeah.
I think those are fine. But I'll tell you one thing. I ain't happy about it. And I've been bitching about it for years. And they haven't even attempted to redo it or do the sequels because they know they fucked it up. And I've raged right about this. You don't know because you don't really know all my big nerdiness from my book reading years. But Aragon. That shit. That is even if you didn't read the books, that movie's fucking terrible. But if you read the books and you watch the movie, it's just like pure horror. Like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. None of it's right. The first scene, I swear to God, we got to the movie theater. I sat down, immediately started bitching. It didn't even get started. There wasn't a word said yet. I was mad as hell. My best friend was sitting there with me. She's like, here we go. In the whole theater. I think people were leaving because I was bitching so much. But I was that mad about it.
Yeah.
Very first scene, the main elf character shows up. I know it's her because the first scene in the book, it's her trying to escape with the egg, the dragon egg, from the little evil dude, the shade. And in the book, it explicitly says... Raven hair. This blonde bitch comes up on screen like, who's this? Who the hell is this? Oh, man. None of the death scenes were wrong. They were way too soon.
Yeah.
Murtagh, my favorite character. He's a dark, solemn, whiny bitch, which is, whatever. But I love him that way. Very first scene with him in it, he's smiling, laughing, having a good time. Like, no, what's going on here? Maybe so bad.
My most disliked book that was my favorite book to read when they made it into the movie, I had disagreements with it. First of all, I didn't think Mike Myers was a good Cat in the Hat. Some of the things was not realistic in the Cat in the Hat movie that I remember reading as a child. And that's all. That's pretty much it. I don't read. So that's all I got is a Dr. Seuss book adaptation into movie.
I do think their character selections as far as who played them would have been good. Jeremy Irons for Brom. I love that because I love Jeremy Irons. And he looked and kind of portrayed what I would see Brom being like from the books. So I think that would have been great if they would have, just kept to the storyline. And then Robert Carlyle for Desert. Like, yeah, he's got that creepy look. He can totally pull it off. But you did it wrong. You should have stick to the. You know what? You don't need to write a script for a book. You know why?
Because it's
right here.
It's already right there. It's already in the book.
Stick to what you got.
Jeremy Irons will forever and always be Scar. And nobody else to me.
No, his voice is too perfect for it. Even in the drawings, you can just see him.
Yeah, as the character, but even in like real life movies, it's like Jeremy Irons. Who's he playing? Scar. Like that's all I can't get past it.
Once you hear that voice, it's just there.
It's
like you know who it is.
Yeah, it's there.
It's
Jeremy Irons.
I love him.
It's Jeremy Irons. Bruce Willis threw his brother off the Nakamura Towers at Christmas time. That's why Die Hard's
they're just doing
Christmas
like a
movie.
real life Lion King.
Years before its time. Years before its time. What do you got? We got birthdays today. Were you able to pull up any birthdays?
I lost them already.
You already lost the birthdays?
I had them out and they went somewhere. I know it was Dwight Eisenhower's from way back when.
Real quick rundown of today's birthdays. If it's your birthday today, happy birthday. Let us know. We'll shout you out on the Hellfire Facebook page and Instagram and all that good shit. And then, yeah, I guess happy birthday to Dwight Eisenhower. That's the best you got. Normally,
this one shows like.
Normally, I pull up all the musical birthdays.
Yeah, and I normally have some like fun ones here, but these are like infamous people or like political people I don't really care about.
Not up in here.
Ralph Lauren, that's a birthday.
He's a clothes designer, right? Clothing designer, Ralph Lauren.
Isn't that clothes or is it smell good?
I think it's both. I think it's clothes that smell good.
Clothes that smell good.
Yeah. I think he's clothes first and then cologne came next. Yeah, I think that's how Ralph Lauren went. It's Polo, right? Polo by Ralph Lauren.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Polo.
Yeah.
Smell goods.
But I think he was a clothes designer before he was anything.
Usher's birthday.
Ooh, happy birthday, Usher. Okay.
That's random.
20 minutes later. All right.
Usher. Because I don't want to read these other ones off. No one has any idea who these people are.
Yeah, you only go through the very important happy birthday list. You don't go through the little ones.
Well, that's what it gave me. And my other one was just a list of like little pop star children that I don't know who they are either. So I didn't go with that one.
Morning, James, all the way from New Zealand. What time is it in New Zealand? It's 5:30 here. So does that make it noon there? I don't really know my time zones. That's good. I got to get better on those time zones. Good morning. Good morning from this end anyways, James in New Zealand. Thank you for joining in.
I know when I was in Japan, it's an 18-hour difference.
Spell check gets me all the time, bro. 20 out of 20 text messages, spell check's going to fuck me over. Guarantee that. So don't feel bad whatsoever.
No, you never spell nothing right.
No. It's spell check. I always blame spell check. So I found this list of the top 13 awesome rock / metal bands that no longer have the original members. And some of them will surprise you. Like some of them really, really shocked me that
bring it on. Let's see how shocked I'll get.
You don't think about it. You don't think about that these bands are just replacement players, which now they're lobbying. That's Gene Simmons has always said, what happened? You get down to the cold. You get down to the cold. Yeah. Nasties. So Gene Simmons has forever said, yeah, go ahead, get a sip of that. Gone. Said that Kiss was always destined to be a revolving door. It was just a machine, a brand. That's what it was always supposed to be. So in time, Kiss will be just 1,000%, not original lineup in 20 years from now. When
but they'll still be going.
Gone. Yeah, but they'll still be going. So here's just 13 bands that'll kind of throw you off. Some you'll know, some you won't. Some aren't surprises, some are. Number one is Gwar. No original members left in that band. It is just one big revolving door of musical talents. Oh, it's okay. So I was kind of right. It's 11:35 in New Zealand. Yeah.
11:35.
Yeah, because I was sort of on my time. Let's see. After Guar, it's Opeth, which I didn't know that one. That one they were formed in 1990.
There's no original ones at all.
No, the last original member was David Isberg, and he left in 1992.
So how does that work? How do you continue being a band if you're not the band?
You just keep it going. Like Journey's a good example of a guitar player owning the rights over R.I.P. Eddie Van Halen. Van Halen is another great example of, and if I'm not mistaken, I think I seen an interview with David Lee Roth or an article that said that the Van Halens kind of signed that name over to him band wise, even though there was 3 lead singers in that band's history, Sammy Hagar, David Lee Roth, of course, being the first, and then David Lee Roth again, and then there was another guy in there on the in-between of those two. So, that's just another example. In Flames, formed in 1990, the last original member was James Stromblund.
But this is just because as they're going, people are coming in and out, or just, replacing them as they go. So it's not like, all right, we're not a band anymore, and then someone else is like, well, we'll be that band now. That's not a thing. I wouldn't assume.
I don't think that's a thing. I don't know all the ramifications. Maybe it's, and a lot of it could be record labels too, because once a record label signs you, they own you for life. That's why a lot of these artists are getting out on these independent labels, or they're doing DIYs, which, in my mind, it's a smart thing. Yeah, you get it? Get in there. Bless you.
Thanks.
Yeah, you were like Breaking Benjamin is not the original band. It's only Ben Burley. He's the only remaining member of the original Breaking Benjamin.
Yeah, I just want to think
because they sued his ass. They tried to sue him for the name.
You couldn't just say, I don't know, what's a band that doesn't do anything at all anymore? Period.
Avenged Sevenfold. It's true. I'm not picking. I'm just saying we're gonna use it as the example.
They literally just talked the other day. They got the things going, but they don't feel like they should release this album without a tour. And I don't care how shitty that sounds. Yeah, I don't want you to either. Because I want to do the thing.
So a band that doesn't have anything going, like you're talking about, like a dormant band for the last 5 years?
They haven't been dormant for 5 years.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So that's what you're asking?
Yeah.
Okay, so Nickelback. Yeah. They've not put out an album since 2011.
Okay, but they're still saying they're a band. They haven't been like, we're not a band anymore. That's what I'm talking about, like a band who just is, hey, we are not a band no more. This does not exist. This is what I'm talking about.
Il Nino. Il Nino is no longer a band
sure.
anymore.
So let's say someone came along and was like, I'm Il Nino now. Can that be a thing?
I don't think so. No. Okay, now I know what you're saying now. So no, we couldn't just.
You can't bring down retirement.
We couldn't just be like, hey, Novella, I can sing and you can bang things, drums and stuff like that. Yeah, let's form a band. I think we should be named Il Nino. I don't think you can just walk up into the studio.
Take over a retired name.
Yeah, I don't like. Oh, that is right. Pantera is not original anymore. Very, very good, James. I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about Pantera. If they're still going to go on, they wouldn't be original at all because everybody. We got Phil. Phil hasn't been there for a hot minute. Yeah. So and then R.I.P. Dime and R.I.P. Vinny, and I can never remember the fourth member.
I don't know exactly. I don't know who it is.
Yeah, he's not passed, but yeah, very, very good, James. Yeah, Pantera, which I don't know if they're on this list or not. I didn't even look ahead. That's just kind of how I roll.
How far did you get on your list?
3 before you cut me off.
I was interested.
You cut me off.
I didn't know how that would work.
No, it's a good question though. Good question for the class. Very good novella.
Take over retired names or not?
2 gold stars. We'll have to look into that. That'll be tomorrow's episode.
It's because for me. What I was getting at, very infamous things that they should not be replaced. I'm not saying that I don't really know them being able to say, they're infamous enough to take over a retired name, but Dale Earnhart's car, there should not be a number 3 on that track, but there is.
Well, that's because it's named. Okay, so that in that particular, it's okay.
So you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I get what you're saying, and that's why I think it may have something to do with the record labels because in that specifics of that area, they retired that number, but that racing team was the same forever, which that number is now a car again. That's somebody uses that number again. Yeah. So I get exactly what you're saying. Next one on the list is Sepultura. They were formed in 1984. The last original member was Igor Cavalera, who left in 2006. Another one is Napalm Death, formed in 1981. Last remaining member was Nick Bullen, left in 1987. Cattle Decapitation, 1996. Dave Astor was the last one. He left in 2003, which that's one of the ones I'm not too familiar with. Here's one that threw me for a loop. Quiet Riot, formed in 1975. Old ass band. They do commercials. James is on it again. Iron Maiden once again. He's up on this. He's going to be my new co-host.
Oh.
He's just going to be a satellite from New Zealand. Yeah, it's going to be Diego and James on the Asylum Morning Show.
4 or 3 in the morning.
Good morning, Angela. How are you? So Quiet Riot formed in 1975, which are an older band. We all knew that. But the thing is that the last remaining member was Kevin DeBurrow. He died in 2007. Mm-hmm. So that's one of those situations where it's a carrying on, I think. Mm-hmm. Carrying on of that band.
I just think it'd be odd if you're like an old member and your band's still moving on, you're hearing the music and it's not yours anymore. I know it's your fault because either you got kicked out or you left, but also it's like that would be so strange, I think. Well, like, there goes my thing, or I guess it's not mine anymore. But.
One of the more famous ones, I don't think it's everybody left the band, but it was Leonard Skinner.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, the tragedy struck in 1978, and they had to go on with just parts. And then over the years, the bass player has left, came back, became the new drummer. That drummer left, came back, became the guitar player. The guitar player left, came back, and was the singer. Like it was just a revolving door. Is it like a tear
between being like kind of jealous and angry about it, or being like, oh, cool, my legacy's still doing a thing? Like,
depends on how much money you're making.
I guess
that's
fair.
The bottom
that's
line.
True.
That is the bottom line. If you're making money, what does
my brain don't even think about the money part? That's how I
do.
Mine's like, oh,
I saved my first dollar ever earned.
Yeah.
No.
No.
But the older I get, the more I start getting a little more stingy with my money. Another one on the list is Yes, formed in 1968, and the last remaining member was Chris Squire. He died in 2015. I didn't know Yes was still a thing, though. That's another one of those. Thin Lizzy is another surprise on this list, formed in 69. The last remaining member was Brian Downey. He left the band in 2013. And then to round out the list is just a bunch of bands that like were never really that relevant. 69 Eyes, which a lot of people think 69 Eyes only came around when Bam Margera was around, but really they were formed in 1980 something or another. I just lost my train of thought on that one. 1989, excuse me. And they're all like it's a throw together band now. So, and then here's one for the kids out there, for your age generation gap. Alter Bridge, formed in 2004. That is a revolving door of a bunch of people that don't want to play in Creed anymore, and then Miles Kennedy, right? Slash is in there, and Tremonti's in there, and it's just like, we don't want to do Creed today, let's do Alter Bridge, and then vice versa, and then Miles Kennedy comes in, he's like, hey, Slash doesn't have anything for me to sing on right now, can I be back in Alter Bridge? So that's a revolving door of a band. And then the one, R.I.P. So this tells me what we were saying is exactly right. It's about the record labels. It's not about the bands. Yeah. Because Audio Slave, they're all still around except for Chris Cornell, R.I.P. It's on the label. So Audio Slave, whoever would step into those shoes, first of all, you're crazy to even think. Right? This is another one that not a lot of people know that, James. Slipknot's original lead singer was not Corey Taylor.
No, he showed up, was like, I want to do the thing. I like this. I want to do this.
Yeah, he met up.
Me now.
They met up. He met up somewhere in some bar or some shit.
And
like
he told him, I will
Clown. And
sing
he
for
said,
that band.
Yeah, he's seen them live. That's how it was.
Yeah, he's seen them live. It's like, I'll do that.
I will sing that band. Yeah, I will sing for that band. So yeah, it's just
I'm gonna do that now.
A couple of bands.
I wish I could do that. Walk in there. Me now. You leave.
Me next. And they're like, get this crazy woman off the stage.
I guess if you're that talented, you're allowed to just walk in there and say, it's mine now. See you, bye.
Which, I mean, he proved to be a very big talent.
And he does all kinds of things now.
Another original person that didn't start with a band, and he wasn't the second, the misconstruction, however you want to say that. Conception. There we go. Thank you. Dave Grohl was not the second drummer of Nirvana. He was the fifth drummer of Nirvana, which is kind of irrelevant now because Foo Fighters. But good morning, Jay. How you doing? So yeah, that's just a couple bands, and we got to look into that further. Like I'm kind of curious now. The more I read that list, and the more it started to make sense. It might be a label thing. Labels sign these bands to 6-7 fucking record deals, and they only get 2 or 3 out. They still own the rights. To it. I know that happened to Tantric. Tantric got shelved for a very long time, and then had to kind of reinvent themselves. And Hugo come out with a brand new hairdo, and Tantric is banned again. So
there's just something about an original band, all the original members, that is just like comforting in some way. I don't know how to put that. I mean, I guess if they're making music, it's good. It really don't matter who's playing it, because I'm sure if you changed out certain, it sounds terrible, like maybe like a bass player, I mean, may not even notice the difference. Like, no one told you, you weren't paying that close attention. You were just like, okay, same thing. But there's like prominent people that when they come up missing, it. Like, I'm gonna say it because it is Jimmy. Like, yeah, okay, like I knew that happened.
Yeah,
it's definitely different now.
That's
and then the certain lead singers, when they go, it's
Yeah.
like, okay, like 3 Days Grace. Okay, I knew that happened.
Yep.
It's obvious. Like, even if it wasn't in the news, like it sticks out. It's kind of like, oh, that sucks, because you've known this band for so long, like in their entirety from day one. Oh my gosh, like, you know their names, you've been following them, and all of a sudden, whether it's a good or bad thing, but they leave, it's like, oh wow, that's different to me. It's very odd.
One of the it's
and then you kind of get back to used to being whoever's there.
Yeah, you mentioned, because usually you only can tell if it's a lead singer change, like 3 Days Grace, completely different. And then you luck out every now and again, and you get the Brian Johnsons of the world, and you get the William Duvalls of the world, who never will replace Lane, but he sounds a lot like Lane. But a lot of that has to do with Jerry also being a lot of those vocals on those Alice in Chains albums through the years. But maybe it's just because it's right in front of my face and it's behind me right now. But as far as like an instrumental change that you really notice, I can't think of a bigger one than when Jimmy Sullivan died. And Avenged Sevenfold hasn't sounded the same since. Like, they're still a good band. They're still hard-ish, right? But it's a different sound. They went through like 4 different fucking drummers. They still, I don't think, are settled on a drummer. I know Mike Pontnoy was there for a hot minute.
Yeah.
It was about the closest one to mimic what Jimmy did.
And it's not to demean any of them. None of them are bad. And I really like Pontnoy doing what he was doing. But it's just, like I said, that nostalgia of like, oh, I've known them for so long and who they were. And it's like a kick in the teeth, I was going to say something else. There's another band I was going to point out, but I can't remember now. Went out the window.
Come to you. You give it time.
I guess I could trade you if they keep doing a thing without him. It'd be odd.
Yeah.
But
Five Finger Death Punch is slowly starting to dissipate as well.
Like, I mean, if they don't have Ivan, I guess that would be odd.
Well, that would be
non-existent at that point.
Well, they rolled with that Ivan for a minute.
For Scotia.
That's how Tommy Vex that was his mainstream break. Vex had been around for a minute with Vex and a couple other different bands around the New York area, and then got into the LA scene. And then he was doing his thing with Bad Wolves, right? In the infancy stage of Bad Wolves. And then Ivan went into rehab this last time, and Tommy Vex stepped in and crushed it for like 2 months of that tour.
I absolutely love him.
Well, we know. If anybody follows Novella on Facebook, you can tell that she's Tommy Vex' #1 stalker, not #1 fan. There's a difference.
Not a stalker.
#1 stalker of Tommy Vex of Bad Wolves.
I can't be #1 for him, because I'd be following around M Shadows too and Sinister. I can't just be one lady. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
But no, he was redoing a song with Dorothy, but now I guess they're doing an entire duet album together.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was really beautiful. I can't remember which song it was now. I think it was Sober, maybe. I don't know.
It was Sober.
Yeah.
It was Sober.
I think it was the original one that I've seen them doing it together, and then I just seen recently that they're gonna just end up doing an entire album together.
In the beginning of the video, they're like, they're singing in the booth with the cans on. That's the one, right?
Well, he's did a song with Dynamite or whatever.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking
of. Now he's doing. You'll know the one that he's doing with Dorothy, because they're like this. There's no breathing room.
Jealous much, Tommy Vex? Yes! If you're watching, take 2 steps back.
Get some space in there.
Get your dogs and protect them, because she'll kidnap them. She's crazy over that. She's crazy that way. Yeah, you don't want me? I'll take your dogs, huh? Oh my God.
I've never stolen a
We're
dog.
right.
Actually,
Yeah,
no,
you have.
I have.
No, yeah, you have.
Only because it was being mistreated.
Yeah.
I took it somewhere else. I took it around someone's yard. And I took it to the vet, got it cleaned up.
She said they were being mistreated. What was wrong with them? Well, they were outside playing with their chew toy. And they're really cute.
No.
So I took them.
He was like skin and bones, and he was all it was so tight that when I took it off, we had to like medicate it.
I'm
It was
not a fan.
good.
I'm not a fan of that.
So I was like, all right, my dog now.
Yeah, I'm not.
And I took him, and he was such a sweetheart.
I'm not a fan of
and I got him rehomed. He
dogs
has a
being
beautiful home now.
on chains and shit. Like
Yeah.
I don't mind collars, but
Yeah.
dogs on
And
chains.
if it's snowing outside, bring that fucker inside. You're cold. He cold. We're going inside.
That's right.
I love my doggos. I'm
That's
all
right.
about them. But that made me think about, you said I'd be just taking the dogs. One of my favorite episodes of Bob's Burgers. Linda's getting onto her sister because she has another cat. She's like, I have rescued him. Where was he? He was just sitting on the porch all alone. He was on someone's porch having a good time. He was so alone up there on someone's porch.
Now, James, I did see the 5-finger death punch thing. I think we talked about it yesterday morning on the show. He's actually actual gaggler. He cannot talk about the details, but he is leaving the band. But now the Fear Factory singer quitting the band. I did not know, so that's breaking news right there. See, James from New Zealand doing the damn thing.
So they're ahead of us by how many hours? Maybe he's getting.
He's getting the news before we are. Yeah, he's ahead of us like 6 hours, so he's getting the breaking news. Can you tell me who's going to win the 49er game this Sunday night?
What's going on up there?
I'll split the profits with you 50-50. We're running a little bit behind on the show, so let's get into the top 5 singles. Huh? You like that? I got fancy graphics and everything. What are you bringing to the show, Novella? You can't even bring hot coffee to the show now.
I did have hot coffee. It got cold coffee.
Top 5 singles going into this morning. These are hard rock or rock and roll, as they would like to say.
Rock
Singles,
and roll.
not Dave Matthews Band rock or Imagine Dragons rock, but like shit we play here on Hellfire. Coming in at number 5 is I Prevail with Every Time You Leave. A very good tune.
I love that one.
Very good tune. That whole album, I Prevail's that whole fucking album right now is just amazing. Amazing. Bow Down, my favorite song. Number 4, Bring Me the Horizon, featuring Youngblood. Obey. Kick-ass video. Very awkward.
It is awkward, but it's fun.
But then I went back and watched the making of that video. Ollie did like a little docu series on it. And it's pretty badass. Like did you know they're not actually inside the robots controlling them?
No, yeah.
But to counter your smartassness, because I knew you'd go there, there are actually the robots going through the city. There's actual 2 people. They're in them. So
yeah, but it's like a miniature thing, and it's not like a, you know what I'm saying? It's like a size differential. It's not like a full size one.
They're really big people, Novella. No, it is. It's the city's scaled down, but they're real people though. They're like
real people.
They're tall
They're real
people.
people.
Yeah,
They're-
like 6-footers in there. Way
I think I
taller
sent
than
you a link on it. Maybe I didn't, but it was more about Bring Me the Horizon and Ollie talking about their influences and what they look to for inspiration, what have you. And of course, Linkin Park is a big part of that for them. And they were kind of revisiting, going back into the hybrid theory. They were talking about it and how that inspired them quite a bit. But also, Deftones, White Pony was a big inspiration for
Have a
Ollie.
good
He
one,
likes
Jay.
them
Thank you for tuning in.
quite a bit.
Deftones were a big. Did you say that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's giving his shout outs to them. He
Yeah,
likes,
they're-
this is
There's a lot of
Playground.
people that are inspired by the Deftones. Like they're a staple.
mhm.
They're awesome. Okay.
I didn't say they weren't.
Getting back into the list. Let's see. Number 3, From Ashes to New, Panic. Very good song. One I didn't really dig at first. Now it's kind of one of those. It's force feeding of me, and I'm starting to like it more and more and more. Number 2 is Starset with Trials.
Yeah,
Good tune. Good tune. We're playing right here on Hellfire Radio.
I did enjoy that one.
And then coming in at number 1, it's just holding tight, and I don't think it's gonna let go anytime soon.
It was so relevant today.
It's Bring Me the Horizon. Yeah, Parasite Eve. And they refuse to admit that they wrote it about the pandemic, but it's definitely of the time.
Well, there's sometimes that happens though. You write a song and it's relevant to you in some way, but then something in the world around it becomes a part of that as well. So he may have been, because I've seen that before. Like you write a certain song, or it's like the whole deja vu or coincidental thing where something happens and then it just kind of follows suit. So it may have been that way, but I can see where it definitely when you hear it, it's what you think about because it's right now.
Yeah,
So.
it's in the now. You can do a lot of songs that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's a good tune. It's a really good tune. I like it. I dig it. I always jam it out when it comes on in rotation. A program director at Hellfire Radio, he knows what he's doing. You should give him a shout out.
I tell you what though, every time it comes on the radio that gets me ready, I want to go to concerts. I need to get in a concert now. I need to get in a pit. Colossal Avatar. Dude. Every time that comes, I'm like, I want to get in a mosh pit.
I know. I like.
Put me in a pit.
My musical. I don't know what you want to call it, but like I've never an instrument wise, right? Like drums, I can play the drums a little bit. I can stay in time just a little bit. As far as playing music and anything like that, I've never been on that side of the business. I've always been on this side of the business. But one of the fucking beats that I'm jealous that I didn't think of or that I can't use and say it's my own, is the fucking beginning of Colossus. Yeah. Like just something about that is like it comes on and you instantly turn the dial all the way up and just jam it out.
Yes,
yeah.
I
And
love
that whole album is amazing too. And if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. We had a sweet ass review wrote up on hellfireradio.com for that album. I know it come out a couple months ago, but still the review's up there. Go check it out. It's a good ass album. Before we get out of here, don't forget, coming up October 31st, through November 1st, End of Days tour. Scoops and Mischief and myself are going to be there. It's a 3-day tour featuring A Killer's Confession, Ellefson, and Saliva, plus many other bands on those 3 days. But those will be the three that you see. Those are your mainstays. Like I said, it's going to be October 30th. I think we're in San Antonio, Texas. And then October 31st, Halloween night, we'll be in Slidell, Louisiana. And then we're going to bounce back into Houston, Texas on November 1st. It's going to be badass. This is the first fucking tour of the year. It's going to be the first thing I've done since February. I'm super fucking ready to go. Super ready to go on this trip. It's going to be a hell of a road trip. For more information, you can go to the website, hellfireradio.com. Also, the 434 management page on Facebook, Hellfire radio page on Facebook, and Anthem Entertainment page for all that info you need. You got something going on Halloween too. This is why I'm not a part of this one, is because I'm having to go out there and do this tour. But I wish I was here. I wish I was going to be here. I want to dress up with you guys. We could do Sunny and Cher.
That's 3 people.
I don't know.
Is Sunny tall?
Cher's tall.
Cher is tall. I know that, but is Sunny tall?
Short. No.
Oh, he's short. Okay, I was like, y'all could like stack up on each other, but yeah, for sure. Check us out on Halloween night. We're gonna be here, local Jighead Brewery here in Cookville, Tennessee. 3 to 10. We're gonna have music, food, s'mores, giveaway prizes. Well, not giveaways. You gotta earn them. Get your raffle tickets. And they're expensive baskets we got made up. You got to earn them. And then also the costume contest. So show up, dress up, show out. We're going to have a good time.
Family friendly.
Doggo friendly.
Bring the dogs. Can you bring a llama if you had a llama?
I don't think.
Could you bring Tina?
The owner wouldn't mind if you bring a llama.
This is my llama, Tina.
This is my llama, Tina. Yeah, you bring Tina.
Yeah.
Eat your meatloaf. We won't have meatloaf. We'll have barbecue, but she'd eat that too. It's fine.
Oh. For more information, go to our website, theasylum.productions, or you can go to the Hellfire Radio page at hellfireradio.com. I think we've covered everything. Oh, real quick, so a shameless plug. I don't know if you're going to be able to join me on this or not, but I do have another little side project show. Used to be a morning show. Now it's kind of like an afternoon special occasions gig. Join me on the Asylum Inc. Thursday night, 7 to 8 Central Standard Time. Going to be a live performance by Modern Mimes. They'll be playing new tunes from their album Portals. Ernesto and Addie, and I think Justin, which is the new drummer for that band, is going to join as well. Hopefully they'll be playing live, tunes. Hopefully he'll be there. He might be in via satellite, 'cause I think he lives in Louisiana and they're down in Florida. Please join me right here on Hellfire Radio Thursday night from 7 to 8. Modern Mimes live in studio. It's going to be very badass. Hope to see everybody in the chat for that. This is what we got to do. Until the Corona stops serving up, right?
Get out of here, Corona.
Get out of here, Corona. Anything else? Any last wishes before we get out of here? Don't forget, go to the website. You see on the ticker below, hellfireradio.com. Like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your mama. tell everybody that you know. I think that's going to wrap it up for us today. We'll be back tomorrow, Thursday's edition of the Asylum Morning Show. It's Thursday tomorrow, right?
It is.
Or am I wrong?
It's
am I wrong
Thursday.
on that? No, that's right.
It's Thursday.
Starting to run in. My days are starting to run in.
Long ass day tomorrow.
We're almost 1 week through this new show, rebooted show, I guess you can say. It's been around for a minute, but never on this side like this. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow morning from 5 to 6 Central right here on Hillfire Radio.
Enjoy.
Are you still here? It's over. The show's done. Go like, share, subscribe, Hellfire Radio. Also, you can find us on YouTube and Twitch and Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. Like, share, subscribe. Now go on. The show's done. Leave me be. I need coffee.